Hi, it's Paul here from selfoutforlife.com, and today I'm going to talk about why you must make sleep a priority. Now, sleep is the ultimate form of rest and recovery, and it's absolutely essential for our mental and physical health. And for some reason, it just seems to be so underrated. Now, a good night's sleep is going to leave you feeling good. You're going to feel positive, you're going to be able to take on the world, and you're going to have great concentration. A poor night's sleep, on the other hand, you're going to feel tired, grumpy, can't concentrate properly, and even the simple tasks can seem hard. And when you do those simple tasks, you make those silly mistakes and things just take longer than they need to take. So the purpose of this video is to motivate you to make sleep a priority in your life. Now, there's lots of great information elsewhere on how to make sleep better, and I will cover some of those briefly at the end. But the how is no good without the motivation to do it. So that's really what this video is all about. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about the effects of sleeping less than 6 to 7 hours a night regularly, what the effects of that have on your body and your mind. So firstly, if you regularly sleep less than 6 to 7 hours a night, so I'm emphasizing regularly here, that dramatically reduces your immune system. Okay, it doubles the risk of cancer, and that's primarily because it's reducing your immune system. It increases your chances of getting Alzheimer's or some kind of dementia. And there's some interesting examples of this actually. Margaret Thatcher, the UK Prime Minister in the 80s, I remember her because I was a kid then, saying how she used to thrive on 4 or 5 hours sleep. Okay, she ended up getting dementia, and Ronald Reagan did the same thing in the 80s, and he got dementia as well. So there's some real evidence that lack of sleep earlier in life is going to cause problems with Alzheimer's and dementia later on. Okay, if you don't sleep properly, if you sleep like less than 6 hours a night for a week, that could be enough for your doctor to diagnose you as being pre-diabetic, because it plays havoc with your blood sugar levels. Okay, I was really surprised when I heard that. Okay, so just 1 week of poor sleep could affect your blood sugar so much that you could be actually mistakenly diagnosed as being pre-diabetic. It's not good for your heart either. Lack of sleep also increases the chances of your coronary arteries becoming blocked, and that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. It also switches off certain hormones as well and increases other hormones. So particularly for weight loss, the I'm hungry hormone tends to become more into the fore when you've had a lack of sleep. And the other hormone that's kind of more that I'm satisfied, full feeling, tends to go into the background. So basically, if you don't sleep well, you're going to feel hungry, which means you're going to eat probably more of the wrong foods. Okay, and also what happens is when you're losing weight, you tend to lose lean muscle rather than fat. Okay, and I believe that's because the body wants to keep the fat, because it can convert that fat into energy if you continually get not a lot of sleep. Okay, so that's really important. If you're trying to lose weight and you're losing muscle rather than fat, then sleep could be the reason for that. So basically, as you probably realized right now, pretty much every organ in your body benefits from good quality sleep and will be negatively affected by persistent poor sleep. Now, mental health is affected dramatically as well. Just 3 nights of poor sleep will massively increase your anxiety and is also linked to depression. So basically, overall, if you sleep badly, you're probably going to die younger, or you're going to have health problems later in life. Okay, so hopefully you can see why it's really, really important. Hopefully that's given you the motivation to do something about this if this is a problem in your life. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit now about the types of sleep, because not all sleep is the same. Typically we go through, in a typical night, we'll go through 3 phases. So there's deep sleep, REM sleep, which is our dreamy sleep, and light sleep. Now, your body will always prioritize deep sleep because that's the type of rejuvenating sleep that your body needs to heal muscles and basically just allow the body to heal in whatever way it needs to. Okay, build muscle as well, all those kind of things. So your body needs deep sleep. Okay, so that's great for your body. And what will happen is your brain will prioritize that to be earlier in the night. Okay, and then the next type of sleep is REM sleep. That's your dream sleep. That is much more important for your mental health. That's almost like your inbuilt therapy system where your thoughts of the day are put into different places, into your long-term memory and that kind of thing. So that kind of sleep, which tends to happen later in the night, is really important for your mental health. Okay. Just another thing about deep sleep, sorry, I forgot to mention, if you don't sleep well one night or you don't get much deep sleep, then your body will prioritize that the next night. Okay, so it will always prioritize deep sleep over REM sleep. Okay, and then the other type of sleep is light sleep, okay, which is between the two, and actually probably about 50% of sleep tends to be light sleep. Okay, so now you know that there's deep sleep, REM sleep, and light sleep. Well, how do you measure that? Okay, well, there's quite a few different ways. In the past, I've used a Fitbit. I've used my phone, sleep apps on my phone. But what I use now is something called the OURA ring. I'll just show you this here. I'll talk about this more in another video. If you want to check out the OURA ring, just go to selfhelpforlife.com/OURA ring. That's OURA and then ring. Okay, and this is great because it tracks all those kind of things, the different types of sleep, but also heart rate and body temperature as well. But whatever it is, there's something out there that you can use for that. And let's say often your smartphone is all you need to be able to start tracking this. Okay, and another thing that's important for good sleep as well is a low resting heart rate. So your heart rate will tend to be up to 10 beats per minute lower in the middle of the night than it typically is in the day. And again, more apps and devices are available to measure that now. Okay, so how do we improve sleep? Well, as I mentioned earlier in this video, this is well documented elsewhere, so I'm not going to go into much detail, but I'm just going to share with you a few tips that have helped me personally. Okay, so one thing I've noticed is that if I'm on the computer or my phone too late into the evening, that seems to affect my sleep. Okay, and I think there's a few reasons for that. One is just the mental stimulation of just thinking about those things, I think has an effect. Also the light from the screen, this is known as blue light. That tricks your body into thinking it's still daylight. And you can get glasses, I'm going to look into this in the new year, glasses that can actually block blue light so that you can do those sorts of things on your computer a little bit later into the evening. I've always found that if I relax an hour before going to bed, that helps, whether that's some kind of meditation, physical relaxation or reading. You need to choose the right book though if you're reading. Okay, so something that's just doesn't require too much thought. I tend to avoid personal development books. I'll read some, but some of them I'll avoid. But tend to go for sort of fairly relaxing books that don't require too much brain power really. Having a bath is a nice one as well. Okay, and the other thing that seems to help me as well is going to sleep and getting up at a regular time. So I'm not super strict on this. I might go up to an hour and a half each way, but I'll typically try and be in bed by kind of around about 10:30, and I'll typically get up at about 6. So I find that helps as well. But I might go at weekends, I might go more closer to going to bed around 11:30 and getting up at 7 or 7:30, particularly if I feel a need to catch up on a bit of sleep. So another one that works well for me is thinking positive thoughts or listing things I'm grateful for just before going to sleep. Okay, what I've found, and I'm sure you've found this as well, is that the thoughts that you have when you go to sleep tend to be the same thoughts that you have when you wake up in the morning, and they might also be the things that you dream about in the night as well. Okay, so when you're going to bed, focus on what you want, focus on your dreams, focus on your vision. Come up with things that you're grateful for during the day, things that went well during the day. That can be really, really helpful. And what's great is if the last thoughts you're having before you go to sleep are about what you want, then your unconscious mind can start working on giving you ways to achieve that in your sleep. So you might come up with a dream that gives you the answer to what you want. Okay, so that's really important as well, is to try and make those thoughts as you're going to sleep about what you want. Okay, a few things not to do. Avoid eating late. The reason why is your body will be busy digesting the food, which means that your heart rate will be higher. And to get quality deep sleep, you want your heart rate to be lower at night. Okay, and you want that lower heart rate to actually be earlier in the night as well. Okay. Another one is alcohol. A lot of people think that drinking some alcohol will help them get to sleep. Yes, it will help you get to sleep initially, and you might get some deep sleep, but you will get virtually no REM sleep. Okay, so if you're regularly drinking alcohol, if you're not getting the REM sleep, that means that your mental health is going to suffer because your brain has not got that time at night and that opportunity at night to actually process things and put things into long-term memory and that kind of thing. Okay. Also, I've found that when I have some drinks before going to sleep, that my resting heart rate is higher and my body temperature is higher as well. And another thing I found with the OURA ring is that it will actually tell me on the app that it thinks I'm going down with something if it notices my body temperature is high, or it might suggest that maybe I had some alcohol or something the night before. So that's been really interesting, sort of getting those insights as well. So a couple of resources to help you. There's a great book called Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker. So I'll put a link to that in the description and in the blog post for this as well. And as I mentioned earlier, the OURA ring, highly recommend getting one of these. I'll just make it a bit closer. You can see it looks a bit like a normal ring, but it has some great tracking devices on it as well. And because it's so close to your skin, it can track body temperature as well. So it's great for that. So again, the link for that is selfhelpforlife.com/OURA ring. So that's OURA and then ring. And again, I'll put a link to this in the description and also in the blog post as well. Okay. So I hope this video has motivated you to make sleep a priority. That's really my main purpose of this video. So you will really notice the benefits mentally. You know, all the positive thinking in the world is going to be really hard to do if you're doing it on less than 6 hours sleep. Okay, so make sleep a priority. Notice how your mental health improves. Notice how you're naturally going to be more positive, and notice how your body is going to really benefit that for you as well. So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel so you receive future videos just like this one. If you haven't already, do go and check out my website. That's selfhelpforlife.com. There you will see the written versions of these videos and also links to my podcast and social media as well. There's also a free ebook that you can download, which is very, very useful and will help you achieve success in all areas of your life. So thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to sharing more great content with you very soon. Bye for now.